Lights out.
Looking for a good book to relax with tonight? Well, you've come to the right place. We have thousands of them. There's one in particular, an old and strangely curious one. Come, I'll get it for you. Lights out!
Is it too late to take a book from the library?
Why, no, sir. We won't be closing for another half hour.
So you won't. I thought it was later.
Well, it's these late fall afternoon, sir. You remember the library?
Yes. For many years. My name's John Eldred.
Well, I'll just have to check the register, if you don't mind.
Not at all. You're new here, aren't you?
I know, sir. I've been here 5 years.
I see. Well, I don't get up to Boston very often, but I think the other attendant would have remembered me.
Yes, I'm sure he would, sir. Yes, it's all right, Mr. Eldred. You can go upstairs and get your book.
I wonder if someone would be good enough to find it for me. I've developed a heart condition since I was here last, and my doctor's forbidden stairs. And I have the name of the book all written out.
Oh, of course, I'll go myself. I'll just be a minute. I think I remember seeing you before, Mr. Eldred, though not quite recently.
I live in Brentfield in the Berkshires. It's a year since I visited Boston.
A year, now, that's right. Let's see, it was just getting dark. I was going around turning all the lights on, and we nearly collided. Do you remember?
I'm afraid not.
It was on the stairs, halfway to the top floor. I was going up, and you were coming down suddenly, running.
I was probably running to catch my train.
Oh, yes. What book was that, Mr. Eldred?
The information's all there.
Tractate Begot, with the commentary of Nachmanides, Amsterdam, 1717, 11-3-34. Is that our catalog listing, sir, 11-3-34?
Yes? Why?
Well, it's unfamiliar to me. No one's ever asked me for it in the 5 years I've been here.
Not everyone is a scholar of Hebrew, young man.
No, sir, I imagine not. Well, I'll get it for you, sir. Oh, if this should be out, will you take another edition of the Talmud?
No.
Yes, sir. Take care of the desk, will you, Peter?
Mr. Garrett will be as fast as possible, but the Hebrew collection is in the stacks on the top floor.
Hi, Bill. Oh, hello, George. Hurry. Member downstairs wants a Tractate Begot. The what? Yes, I don't know it either, but it's in our catalog, so we've got it. It's a rare edition of the Talmud. Donated to us in 1931 by Dr. John Rant. Whoever he is. What have you been doing up here?
Checking the Greek collection for any volumes that need rebinding.
Why? Oh, you've raised an awful lot of dust.
Well, I didn't do it.
Who else was up here?
Nobody. I'll see you later.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I never knew anyone was here. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Eldred, but one of our members got there ahead of you.
You mean the book's out?
Well, yes. Well, no, it's still there, but an old gentleman was reading it. So
What old gentleman?
A shortish old man, the retired schoolmaster type, you know.
Yes, I
If
know.
you'll wait 10 minutes until the library closes.
I can't wait.
Well, Mr. Eldred, he'll have to come down then, and if he hasn't got the book, I'll go up and...
I'm sorry, but my train. You have my address. Please send me the book when it's free. Good night.
Closing up, huh?
Yeah, past 5.
Yeah. Well, I can leave, too. I'm through. Oh, say, did an old gentleman take out the tractate meat off?
No one came down.
I guess he's still up there. I better go up and put him out.
No, there's nobody up there. I just shut off the lights myself.
No,
Come on,
no.
let's go.
No, I better check.
All right, I'll wait for you then.
Anybody here? Hello? Oh, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir. I'm very sorry, but really...
Bill, you all right? Bill!
Rant Express, train number 5504, will be receiving passengers.
Mother, don't
on
go
track
so fast.
number
We've got
11,
10 minutes.
leaving
There's
at
the train for New
6:05
Hampshire.
Eastern
Oh,
Standard
yes.
Time.
Oh, and look, there's ours right next to it, so we have nothing to worry about, see?
Oh, my poor child. We should have managed to port her somehow.
Mother, we can't manage anything.
Now, Mary, dear.
Well, all the way to Boston for nothing. And
Mary,
back to an empty boarding house with no boarders till next summer, and by then the Boston Bank will have our house. And when I think that all these years we could have been rich.
Don't think about it, dear. I don't anymore. Years ago, I put it right out of my head. If the Lord wanted me to have Uncle John Rant's fortune, he'd have let me find that will.
If there was
Attention,
one.
will
Yes, there
Mrs.
is.
Stanley
A
Rath
man,
please
even
report
a
to the
strange,
station master's
malicious,
office.
unhappy man like your Uncle John Rant wouldn't tell lies on his deathbed.
Oh, wouldn't he?
No, he wouldn't. I was there with him. He really wanted to leave me his money.
Then why didn't he write out a plain will and hand it to you? Why did he tell you you'd have to find it and then probably wouldn't recognize it if you did?
Well, he wasn't a very kind man. But now you know that when I went to nurse him through his last illness, he was grateful. And he was sorry that he hadn't helped me before.
So somebody else got the money and lived in luxury for
The
20
Vermont
years while
Express
we
now loading on track number
Oh,
11,
never mind.
leaving at 6:05
Come on,
Eastern Standard Time for Cambridge, Ayr, Winchendon, Bellows Falls, Ludlow, and Rutland.
Well, George?
Hi, Bill.
Come.
Not at all. Missed you this past week.
I missed you. Not that library.
Guess we're going to have to miss you for 2 more weeks. Now, will you sport in the mountain air?
It's hardly the time of year for sporting, is it? It's too early for skiing. Probably be the only visitor up there in the White Mountains.
Probably. Say, why don't you go to Vermont, Bill? Much prettier girls in Vermont.
I've got a ticket for New Hampshire.
Yeah, I know, but there's a train leaving for Vermont in 5 minutes. You could switch off. You could
Look,
get...
George, I'm going out of town to take a rest because the doctor suggested it. I'm going to New Hampshire because the doctor suggested New Hampshire.
All right. New Hampshire it is. But after what I just saw, I wish that ladder had fallen on me.
You know why it fell.
Well, you collided with it in the dark.
George, I told you, it wasn't dark. The lights were on, and I saw him. I saw that little old man, and he was horrible. That's when I backed away and I hit the ladder. George, I tell you, his eyes, he didn't have real eyes. It was a spider and spider webs. You think it's a knock on my head, don't you? Well, maybe it is. It's true. I don't remember why I went up there. But I remember him. I saw him. I saw him just as plainly as I see you now.
Now, look, Bill, look. If you saw him, why didn't I? I was standing at the bottom of the stairs when I heard you fall. I found you less than a minute later. Nobody passed me, and nobody was there. Believe me.
I wish I could.
You will when you feel better.
Train number 302, the White Mountain Flyer, is now loading on track number 12.
I guess
This
you'd better
train will go to
go and find yourself a
Laurel,
seat, huh?
Nashua, Plymouth,
Thanks, George.
Woodville, and Point
Get a good
North.
rest.
Thanks for coming.
Good luck.
Vermont Express, track 11, all aboard.
Something wrong with me.
Why, was I staring?
Uh-huh.
I apologize.
You should.
Now, Mary, stop teasing Bill, or he'll be sorry that he ever met us on the train.
I'll never be sorry for that, Mrs. Simpson. You've been so kind since that train.
Nonsense.
Well, you took me into your house.
Oh, that was a terrible sacrifice for us, Mr. Garrett. What with the boarding house going begging for out-of-season boarders, we'd have taken in anybody at all. Wouldn't we, Mother?
Oh, Mary, now don't pay any attention to her. You know how girls are.
Well, I'm beginning to learn now, Mrs. Simpson. All my life I've been sort of quiet, and women have always